Oh, my noise suppression's on. Hold up. Hold on. Sorry, I've been playing Siege so much, my noise suppression's on. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Also, this is their brand new song, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, folks, boys and girls, welcome to the Epw Countdown to Wrestle Warfare 2's pay-per-view tomorrow night and Sunday night. Tonight we have EPW Power right here behind me in the Barclays Center, but tonight is a huge night. You know, MSG, you know, a few, less than an hour away from us. You know, tomorrow night, Wrestle Warfare 2, gonna be a huge night. Main event of night 1, Jason White, TSK. Main event of night 2, Shirioba, James River. We're gonna hear from Jason White and TSK on the Wolfpack podcast, and we're also gonna hear from Shirioba. But folks, thank you so much for your time. I will be joining you a little bit later on, sending it down to Wolf Robertson, the Wolfpack podcast.
Thank you, Bryson. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we could call this a little bit of a special episode. It is I, the host of the Wolfpack podcast, Wolf Roberts, with the man right next to me, Ymir. It feels a little different, you know? We're not in our studio. We're being presented here at this beautiful desk and such a beautiful view. But we got to talk about what we're here for.
I mean,
Wolf
yeah.
Roberts, Wolf Roberts,
Oh my God.
Wolf Roberts, Wolf
And
Roberts.
of course, if we get a little bit of a pan, there is a huge crowd here. I see all of you. Hello.
He beat up, he beat up,
You
he
all
beat
are
up.
sick, but they're wrestling fans. What can you
Yeah.
say? But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is the countdown to Wrestle Warfare. And we have a couple guests that we're going to be bringing on through this little bit of a special to start this off. But I want to bring on the first man that we're going to be bringing on. And he is the challenger on night 1. Wrestle Warfare against Jason White for the EPW World Heavyweight Championship. The best in the world. TSK.
Roberts.
TSK. Good to see you. Good to see you. I mean,
Wonderful
Good to-
day to be outside.
it
ain't it?
is. Look
How you
at
doing,
this.
man?
Look at this. I've never seen such a beautiful view. So
And I know this is like your
Yeah.
first time doing this
Excellent.
publicly. Look at the turnout out here in front of the Barclays Center. Huh?
But anyways, TSK, I mean, can you believe it? The opportunity to go into Wrestle Warfare with no other backup plan but to fight for the EPW World Heavyweight Championship. And I think this is a perfect way to lead on to the first question I get to ask before I pass it to Ymir. And the first question is, you and Jason White have been showing that you have a little bit of resentment, but there's a respect between you two. How do you think this differs from the past matches you have had with the champion?
Look, when we first fought at Afterlife, it was kind of a shock. I wasn't supposed to come back that day. I was actually supposed to completely miss Afterlife. But a little rush from my doctors and I came back and I lost, obviously. And you know what? I did something after that match I regretted. And then, you know, we fought again for the second time in January with Tyler Dragon when I won the Legacy title. And you know what? The fact that he was willing to take the pin, the fact that he's been willing to do what he was able to do on the road to winning the EPW World Championship, I have nothing but respect for the guy. And you know, Wednesday night we fought right here in this building, and we put on a classic just like him and Shiro did just days before it. So I think that this crowd in Brooklyn is getting what they deserve. I mean, I remember, you know, coming to New York back in the day, and this crowd used to be dead. I hated coming to New York just off the pure fact that I knew that these fans didn't care about professional wrestling as much as all of us do now. I mean, and you know, this Saturday it's gonna be respect. It's gonna be a wrestling match. But as everyone knows, when that bell rings, respect goes out the window. But I do have one question. Does New York pop for professional wrestling now?
I mean, New York, do you? Oh, okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Anyways, now we get to continue on with the questions. I'm going to hand it off to Ymir.
Thank you. Now, thing that I'm gonna ask is, of course, you know, with everything that you've gone through to get up to moments like this, you know, just from this, you know, from the start of your, career to now, like, is there, like, we know the things that you've gone through. So the question that I ask is, are you, in your mind, 100% ready for this? Physically, mentally, however you want to think about it.
When I came back not long ago, if you remember correctly, after I hyperextended my knee, FPW had me sign an NDA. Mind you, they did not disclose, which I should have had my lawyer with. Before that, though, it was a hyperextension of my knee. I would only have been out for 25 or 27 days, and I would have been back at 100%. But due to that whole kind of investigation and everything that happened and everything that got lifted, I am 100%. You know, there are times where I may hit my back too hard and there's going to be some soreness or some sharp pains, but I'll be fine. 100% TSK is back at 100%.
I mean, that's absolutely great to hear, and I'm glad that you have that mindset and you're out of physical health. And you know, this actually leads perfectly to my next question before we get to the last with Ymir. But when it comes to you've been through so many intense matches in these high stakes situations. I mean, if we really want to take it back to one of the most high stake matches you've been a part of, Weaver at Insurrection, the Triple Threat. I mean, you have gone through some of the most hellish bouts. What are you truly expecting from the champion tonight?
Well, this is the first, I'll say two, because I have a lot of respect for Shiro and Revan. These are the first two true Wrestle Warfare main events in EPW history. Last year, you know, shit happened, and you know, I main evented the first year of Wrestle Warfare. I main evented the first Resolution. I ended up main eventing the second, and now I'm main eventing Wrestle Warfare. You could say, you know, a pillar or not, a main eventer or not. I mean, I gotta say that, you know, high stakes are kind of my thing, but it's kind of executing on the high stakes that isn't really my problem. But you know what, tomorrow night it's gonna be like that. I don't know if I'll execute on the high stakes. Jason White is the most charismatic, elevated. What I mean by saying that is the way he works in the ring is almost levels above the next person, and what I also mean by that is there's no guy in EPW that does what Jason does. I mean, you see guys like Damien, but for some reason Jason just does it. He doesn't talk, he doesn't hide behind anyone, he just does it. So if I'm able to beat him, maybe the 4 letters that represent best in the world are truly mine. Maybe.
Ymir, I'm gonna hand it off to you for the final question that you get to ask him.
All right, now now as we know, you know, we like for 100% ready for this contest, 100% prepared. But the thing that I have to ask is, considering with of course the person that's going to be facing Jason White, what do you think there's any thought in your mind of what if he has some type of backup? What's the type of plan there?
If he has backup?
In some way or
it's a little bit of a it's a little bit of a worky situation right now with Jason, and I think you can agree with that. Yes,
Do you mean the next?
I think he does.
That's yeah.
Hear me out, word for word.
All right.
If he even tries it, all of them are going to die. After everything the Next has put me through, after everything any management has put me through, you think I'm gonna just sit back and, you know, oh hey, hold back my punches, go with the script? Oh hell no. If they try to screw me over, all hell will break loose. Tomorrow night is about respect. Bell rings, echoes out the window. Someone tries to screw me over. Looks like my contract goes out the window too, because god damn it, hell with it if you think I'm gonna get screwed over in another main event.
I can definitely say that I'm so excited, and I think these fans are so excited to see the main event at Night 1, but TSK, I gotta thank you. And I gotta thank you for coming on, being a guest. This has been a great talk, and I wish you best of luck in the main event Night 1. I think Ymir does the same, and you are allowed to escort off as New York.
Thank you for having me.
This has been definitely already a great start, Ymir, but we gotta talk about the next guy that is going to be coming out, and I am going to have to take my leave for this next guy, because I'm sorry, I can't handle this. It's a little too spooky for me.
You want me to take your seat?
Yeah. Where the fuck? Go ahead.
I'm back here the whole time. I'm the one running this event. It's not like the Next are here.
Just go ahead. You know the rules of the podcast, right?
Hey.
Don't be stupid. I'm pretty sure I know that.
All right.
Shiro, how you doing?
Gentlemen.
Good to see you.
I haven't been in New York for so long.
I know, we've been here for like 2 weeks. I want to go home. But, you know what? Gotta stay here. I think my partner Bolt would agree. Ymir, you want to start?
I mean,
This is a podcast, isn't it? You can give me any questions. I had 4 was the limit. I think that's all I'm gonna be given due.
yeah, that is correct. So, one of the a very big magic going into and this is just kind of a standard question with this. What is your mindset going into a match of this kind? We know you've been in many situations like this, many large pay-per-views, but with everyone it's always different. So the thing that I have to ask is, what is your personal mindset going into a match of this caliber?
This is actually the second warfare I get to step into in Night 2 and be the main event. When it comes down to fighting a man like James Revan, I wish I could say I had his full number. But I just know in the back of my head, Revan is probably thinking of every single thing that I can do. There's not really a skill or plan that I have to go into this. Because one thing that keeps showing anytime he speaks, anytime that he shows up, he's one step ahead of everything that I could possibly think of. But the one thing that he doesn't have that I do is willpower. I've gone up against people that are probably tougher than him in any lifetime. I've been in steel cages, hell in a cells, death matches. I've been through it all. I think the one thing that's gonna come down between me and James Revan is who's gonna look death straight in the face and who's gonna look away. That's how I feel about it.
Shiro, you know, Revan is a different breed when it comes to, you know, competing in the ring, and not only competing in the ring, but kind of upping that standard of horror. Are you going to be able to match that tomorrow night?
I'll give Revan this. Exactly what he says he is. There's one thing that he seems to keep forgetting. That's I'm a Kirishima. My entire legacy goes down putting fear into people's hearts. And one thing that you should know, Revan, if you're watching this, you can bring any spooky horror that you try to bring. But I'm not scared of you. I've never been scared of him. I wasn't scared of him the first time that we stepped in the ring when I was unexperienced, if you could say.
Now, so, no, yeah, of course, this match, of course, both of you, I will, a lot of experience, you, as we know, workers out.
Is this mic having audio issues?
It's been a little glitchy, I can hear.
Folks, I think it's...
Here,
Ymir,
Ymir,
write down your question. Your mic is cutting out.
I've been saying to get me a new one. Alright, is this working and all now? Is it more clear, or is it still the same?
What? You?
Still
What do you mean?
most of the same. Yeah, alright, this still glitching out? Okay.
No, we're good.
Oh, we're good? Okay. So the question that I have to ask you, Shiro, is, considering both you and Revan's, let's say, darker side, how are you willing to channel, your anger, your background, like all of this, into making sure that you can win this fight against James Revan?
What you call a darker side, I call another me. Revan adapts personas because he writes things on his face, he covers himself, and what he calls pain that makes him who he is. The Golden Lamb, the Demon, and the Harbinger. My darker side is not due to some change in my being, but it's when I decide to truly show no mercy or any care if their heart stops beating. Revan costed me my true chance and what was truly my victory against Jason White. I was supposed to be EPW World Heavyweight Champion going up against him right now. I would have gone into night 2 doing something Jay Shameless couldn't, and that's defend his title when the time mattered. But he took that away from me. And I plan to take his life. So when you decide to mess with me and try to get into my business, into my life, I take his. That's what I vow.
Now, Shiro, my final question. It may be bland, but I think these people and myself and everyone wants to know. Win or lose, what's next for Shiro Ryoba?
If I told you what happens, it won't happen. All that I can promise is whoever comes out of night 1 as champion, I'm willing to take whatever I need, or what I want. And what I want is my title back.
Thank you for your time, Shiro. I am leaving, Ymir.
Thank you.
You know, you smell. Brush your teeth or something, idiot.
Damn.
Yes, I was.
That might even deserve all this.
Yeah, Roberts, enjoy that asshole.
What do you mean? Not an asshole.
He smells.
Alright, I'm back. What happened? Did he like cast a spell on you? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good and all, but but like, damn, I deserve all that.
Well, now after that appearance, we get to the final one of this podcast, and it is the champion himself who will be going into night 1 against TSK. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you, the EPW World Heavyweight Champion, Jason White. Place your title right there, right on the desk. Good to see you.
All right.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Good to see Bussy, matter of fact.
I mean, Jason, I gotta thank you for coming out here when you could be giving your time to be training, but I immediately have to ask the question, and it's a very simple one. Being EPW World Heavyweight Champion for the length that you have, how does it feel to be the guy?
This is the greatest I've felt my whole career, I gotta be honest with you. Honestly, I'm doing exactly what I want to be doing. I'm having the most fun I possibly could be having, and, sure, I may not have the people to celebrate it with, but it happens. It happens in life.
Hey, life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. That's a saying. Listen, I know that was a little bit of... Don't look at me like that! I was grown in a white people family. Leave me alone! Hey! Who said that?
I was just, I don't think I would ever say that in my life.
These fans at New York, I tell you, they always got something to fucking say. But when it comes to the sports team, they suck!
Am I just the only guy who likes New York? I actually like New York.
We love Jason.
Oh, they love you
We
too.
love Jason.
That's something I've never heard in my life. Anyways, when it comes down to the tea, I'm gonna let Ymir take on for his second question that he has to ask you. Ymir, take it away.
Thinking.
And let's hope
Now.
your mic doesn't crash out. Let's hope.
Yeah,
Let's hope.
like I've been saying to get new mics around here. But anyways, yeah, some a thing that I have to ask you, Jason, is going into these high-stake, high-profile matches. This may the question that I have to ask is, what is the training like to do this? Whether it be the physical training, getting into this, making sure your body is in just the tip-top shape, or the mental training, figure out knowing, you know, really what you're gonna do, how you're gonna do with that, and that type of thing. Just how to like physically and mentally prepare for a match like this.
That's a newer question. I don't think I've ever actually been asked that before. The training, it's really just getting prepared for the match. It's just I don't have this like crazy training strategy that nobody else knows about. I just honestly, depending on my opponent, I just watch tape. I go back, I look back at their matches, figure out how to strategize to combat them. Like TSK, I go back and watch some of his matches. I went back to watch the Nathan match earlier this year. I went back to watch his match, I hate to say it, against Chris Winters at where was it, Sabotage. I watched his resolution match against Flight. And I mean, me and TK, our movesets have kind of changed since we last fought. One-on-one especially. Last year at Afterlife, I beat him off I believe a sit-out last stride powerbomb that I don't even do anymore. And I only did it because I realized that his back was injured. And I exploited that, just like any person would. And that's how I won against CSK. Didn't really come out in my favor though. I definitely got F5'd right after the match. And then the next night, he didn't mention this, but I'm gonna mention it. The night following Afterlife, I fought TSK once more, which I don't really count this as a full-on match because 10 minutes in, God, I don't like this guy. Mason Angel came out to the ring and caused a disqualification in our match.
Fuck you, Mason. Fuck you, Mason.
Well, now
We want Max. We want Max.
moving
We
on
want Max.
to the next question, and I feel this one needs to be talked about. We just had PSK as the first guest on before you. The one thing that he did say, and I'm gonna try to remember really, but there is a respect between you two. But when it comes down to the matches you've had, and when it comes down to the night, when that bell rings, all respect goes out the window. Do you think that there's any
any special thing that you've tried to look for in TSK's offense? I feel the question that I have is, are you prepared to fight TSK tonight? Or not tonight? Saturday.
Well,
Saturday. I apologize.
All good. Am I prepared? Could I be more prepared is probably a better question. Probably, yes. I could probably be more prepared. You can always be more prepared for anything. But with TSK, he pulls out different stuff every match. Whether he goes for that spear, that cutter, that springboard cutter. You know, he caught me off guard in our match. He hit me with the springboard cutter on the ropes, which I've hit that move in the past, but I didn't think he would hit that move. And I'm gonna be honest, he beat me. He beat me when we fought. Was it 2 nights ago, 3 nights ago, something like that?
I think so.
And sure, he didn't pin me, but he did beat me. And that's something that I look back at this year. TSK has beaten me twice. He beat me earlier this year when I believe we talked about this, when he won the championship at FW. I forgot what it was. I think it was the Legacy.
The Legacy title. Yup, he talked about that too, the triple threat match.
Yes, he pinned me in that triple threat match against Tyler Dragon. And honestly, in FPW at that time, and genuinely, all the time, I just want to elevate people. I don't do this just for myself, like some people online tend to believe. I do this to help people out, get smiles on faces, get people having fun, and yeah. But
I mean, that's completely fair. That is definitely completely fair.
To answer the question, I probably could be more prepared. But I think I'm prepared enough.
There's always confidence is key. I can tell you that. A lot of people usually go into matches with a low bar about themselves, but I can tell you're ready, champ. I can tell. I'll let it go to your last question for the EPW World Heavyweight Champion, and then, folks, following after this, we will be getting into the EPW episode, so tune in for that. But anyways, Ymir, your last question.
All right. So the question that I have to ask you, Jason White, is this: ship defense does go successful here. Does go success somebody in either this really any company like either connected with us or really any company out there, who is one person that you yourself would want to face as the EPW World Heavyweight Champion?
Very interesting. I would probably go on for days about this, probably. There's a lot of rematches I'd like to do, more than I'd like to do dream matches. But, honestly, something that I'd honestly like to do before, my reign is over, I saw him wrestle a tag match very recently. I saw him...
What do you mean?
I saw him
go ahead.
wrestle against Tai Fire actually very recently. A man who I'd like to step back in the ring with because he claims that I never beat him, but there's tape on it. Kenji Kirishima. I'd love to face him again. I'd absolutely love.
A legend. Tell you that.
Yeah.
I've said this on multiple occasions. I'd love to face Kenji Kirishima, and honestly, the door's open. I mean, after Warfare, I don't got any plans for Nashville. Just saying.
Well, I've been told by production crew that we actually got one more, since you are the champ, and I get to ask it. And I feel this has been this needs to be addressed. Since you were talking about rematches, we saw the title match that happened with Shirioba when he used his rematch clause, and you guys had to sell it, but the Revenant appearance, the people have been saying that Shiro had you, and he even himself before he came on earlier said that he would have been a 3-time EPW World Champion. Do you think that due to James Revan, you had a crutch, or did you expect Revan? What happened there?
There's a funny story about that match, actually. In that match, for a good decent part of that match, I wasn't actually fully in it. I think I passed out during the match, actually, because if you didn't see, I got dropped on the top of my head.
I think we have a little bit of a replay. I think it's right there. It was at like
right.
half Nelson. Oh God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. There was
Not a
during
good
it,
landing.
and then most of that match is a blur for me now. I honestly, I didn't see Revan until I was elbowing Jiro in the back of the head. I'm gonna be honest, and I didn't know until I watched back the tape that Revan costed Jiro the match. So honestly, when I look back at it, I think Jiro's deserving of another match. I think these fans are really deserving of another match with a fair finish. I think that if we face again, it should be on a big stage, and I think that it shouldn't be right now, so to say. He has Revan to deal with. I have TK to deal with, and I think it's just like that.
Well, Jason, I gotta thank you for coming on. I thank you for adding an additional question. But ladies and gentlemen, New York crowd, this has been Jason White, the EPW World Heavyweight Champion. And folks, I will be handing it back to Bryce and the show that is being presented. Ladies and gentlemen, continue to watch as there is a full episode of Elevated Pro Wrestling to go. I have been Wolf Roberts. This has been Ymir. This has been the Wolfpack Podcast. Back to you, Bryce.
Well, folks, nothing inside yet. You will have to wait until 5:27 p.m. Central Time later on today. But as of right now, Christian Drake will address this New York crowd right here outside the Barclays Center. Folks, we were gonna make this whole thing, go an hour long, but you know what? We want people to be able to go eat and come back here for a full episode of Power. Maybe you got a late night. You gotta get all the way on the other side of Manhattan for Madison Square Garden, because that's where we're all going after the show. On top of that, I do gotta say, every restaurant here has a EPW tab, so if you are here at this current moment, give them the code ElevatedPro2K and your meal is on EPW. But, folks, 39 minutes, we're going to make this last to the 45-minute mark, so I am not going to be the only one out here addressing anyone. Ladies and gentlemen, Alan Weaver.
It's been a while since we've been out here in front of New York.
Beat up.
I mean, look at all of you. You're actually here. You actually care about wrestling for once. Wow.
You remember the last time we were in New York in PCW and these morons were dead?
How could you? That's the real question. But you know what? I'm a forgiving guy.
I'm a very forgiving guy. So you want to know what your second chance is?
Wait. Wait a minute. You're a forgiving guy?
Yeah.
And don't you usually pay people back too?
Listen.
You still owe me $20 for those packs of gums I got
I
you.
will get you the $20, but I'm also a forgiving guy for letting some people's contracts still be with us. So the real thing that I have to tell every single one of you right now is, I will forgive every single one of you if you make Wrestle Warfare worthwhile, which I hope you all do. I don't wish anything bad on any of these guys that are going into Wrestle Warfare, and I think me and Drake are gonna have a blast watching it all happen.
I mean, we're gonna have a blast, and the surprises are meant to be. I'm gonna open the show on night 1. You're gonna open the show on night 2, but I'm gonna open the show tomorrow night with a lot of drip. Trust me.
Are you kidding? Look what I have on! I have the purple stompers, Drake! What do you know about it? Look at them! Look at them!
Oh, really? Oh, it's okay. I got some hot pink ones for me tomorrow.
No! Oh,
yes.
God!
Yes, yeah.
We can tell who's the Bret Hart fan here.
Hey, who was trained by him? Anyways.
Yeah.
How much time we got? 41:35. All right, we got a few minutes here. Well, on top of the meals, the drip and dye part of tomorrow, for me and Weaver, and on Sunday for me and Weaver. There's a saying. We got a few minutes. 3 minutes to be exact.
Yeah, I can't really.
Brooklyn. What do you want to talk about?
I know what we should talk about. We should talk about some of the things on the card. I mean, we are the owners of it.
Yeah. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it quickly.
So let me just ask every single one of you here in Brooklyn, how we feel about the EPW World Heavyweight Champion going up against TSK in night 1 in the main event?
All these guys. All these guys.
We're gonna do a little fun game. Cheer for TSK. Come on, cheer.
Wait. You did not do this game correctly. You did not do this game correctly.
You guys are some awful people.
You're a moron. That's what you are, Alan. Okay. All right. 1 cheer for TSK. 2 cheer for Jason White. Okay. 2. 1. That's how you do it, idiot. Alright, Jason White and TSK, both these guys. But James Revan, Shurioba, 1, 2. 1. 2. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
I agree.
okay.
I agree.
All right.
You there?
All
I
right.
agree.
I got one more
What more?
in me. Well, 2. 2.
All right.
I'm just gonna say names. You're gonna have to bear with me.
Actually, can I do one? Can I do one properly? I promise.
Damian Black. They're deaf. They're literally blank in here. That was quiet. All right, Joshua Blaze.
Hey.
Kaiden Pandora. Austin Campbell. Alexander Rose.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Let's try one more time. Damian Black. There we go. We got some of them. Well, no. I actually have one. And this is gonna be totally.
I gotta
fair,
quickly
okay?
do this one. Shinobu Star. Luna Pandora. You're gonna hate this one. I won't. Amber Weaver. Yuri Watani. Emerald J. Alright, Alan, hurry up. Do two. We gotta close this up. Hurry.
Ready? Christian Drake?
Oh, if you cheer for this motherfucker.
Alan
if you
Weaver!
cheer. If you.
Yeah!
I'm gonna lightly super kick you.
Ow! Fucking bitch! Okay,
Oops.
One more.
Now I'm gonna do it.
No!
Christian Drake. Oh, seriously, this how we're acting right now, and I'm giving everything you people want. You cheer for him.
$100. I may have showed them $100.
Ah.
Anyways, here comes the final one. Tie Fire. Misfits. The Kings. Alright.
Misfits.
Then I'm gonna throw one more at you. This is the final one, I swear. I swear. On my mother, this is the last one. Are you ready? Are all of you ready? I don't think you're ready. Ahem. EPW? Any other company? Exactly! I love controlling people's opinions.
Folks, we'll see you right back here, 5:27 p.m. CT, EPW Power. Doors open an hour early. See you later.